Bam, man, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat, Bobcat. And tonight, we're joined by Bink and Janet Fox. We're going to dig in a little bit about their upcoming event. Now, originally, when we talked about having these guys on the show, it was to help finalize the final spots they had left. It was it 85 boats this year?
Correct.
85. So they had a handful of spots left, and we wanted to get it filled up. But guess what? They did it on their own. They didn't need our help. Their tournament is completely full now. 85 boats out of Gallipolis, Ohio, and so we're going to dig into the details of that. What you guys can expect, what you guys might see there, and for folks that are going to attend the event, opportunity to ask any questions about it and find out what it's all about, and maybe spark some interest and do something like this in your area for your community. But before we dig into that, and as people are coming on in and grabbing a seat, we'll kind of run down through here and say hello to everybody real quick, and then we'll circle back to you two and find out all the details, all the juicy stuff about this event. So,
absolutely,
we say. I see. Stonefly 71 was first in here, and I just gotta say, Matt has been sending me pictures of bait he's been catching, and he is on the bait, man. He is stacking up skipjack, moon eye. He's staying on top of it. It's awesome. He's got almost all of his bait spoken for. He got his bait dealer's license, and
nice.
They want it faster than he can catch it. So I'm really proud of him, and it's great to see him having fun out there. So welcome in, Stonefly.
Everybody needs bait.
Everybody wants bait. Yak Shore, welcome in. Lisa, Burrito Catfishing Lady.
Hey,
Buckman 22, what's happening, Buggy? Uh-oh. Oh. See Mr. Zach Murray, River Warrior in the house.
This is Zach.
Mama's in the house. Hey, Mama. Welcome in. Love you. Hope all is well. Let's see. There's Randy. You weren't going to have Lisa. Randy too far behind. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Got Don Knight. Don, I don't know if Don's fishing this event or not. Or
I don't
Matt.
think so.
You don't think Don Knight? What about Matt? Stonefly 71.
Not sure on that one.
Got you. He'll tell me. Daniel Barry, sports and highlights. What's going on? Smoky Mountain catfishing. Yeah. Good evening, Muskrat, Bobcat, Bink and Janet.
Our Louisiana friend. Little Mr.
Greg Burgess. So let's see. Hey, chat. I will not be following. I am working on some appraisal stuff. No problem, Buggy. You keep on working, and you just turn the volume up. Let's see what else.
Turn it down.
Turn it down. Well, it's like I'll be at the gathering. There you go. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's the problem we have here too. Is this event falls on the weekend of the gathering. It doesn't matter what weekend each of them choose. It falls on the same weekend. And so for the last year, I think maybe 2 years, we went to the gathering in Tennessee, and we had a lot of fun, and it's a big event. And we go down. It's like a 4-day event. We get it's kind of like a mini vacation. But we couldn't not do these tournaments down here. We love Bink and Janet, and we love the community here as a home as well. So we decided, you know what? If they're going to fall on the same day, we're just going to have to alternate years. 1 year we're going to do the gathering, and 1 year we're going to stay home and fish Bink and Janet. So this year,
there you go.
We're home. We're fishing with Bink and Janet this year.
We're glad to have you.
Divide and conquer. Got Benoit ladies in the house.
Hey, what's going on?
Crappie Day Darren.
Allison, Gabby. Crappie Day Darren. We were just talking about crappie. Bink has been on the crappie. I've been on the crappie. I actually did really well yesterday in some really high water. They slowed down and they went deep. The lake came up 6 feet. And so I was catching them a little bit deeper than normal. But yesterday I probably caught 90% females. And 3 or 4 days before that, it was 90% males. So
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, the water's up so high, the males moved up in the trees, and I just couldn't get my baits and minnows back in the trees without losing everything. So I got to wait for the water to come back down for them guys to come out of the trees.
Fishing minnows or jigs or both?
Minnows. Well, I was trying jigs too. I think I caught 2 on a jig, but honestly, here's I already had this picture up. This is Amelia yesterday helped me clean some of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that one there. Yeah, he's got his tuxedo on. That was a big black crappie. That is a male. I believe we measured that
to the prom.
14 and some odd inches or something, almost 15. Is a gooder one. We don't get a lot of them that big around here. I'll be honest with you. Not to say they don't exist, but we don't. I don't typically. I won't say nobody does, but I don't typically catch many over 12 inches. What's that? Oh, minnows or jigs? Yeah, he was. He's
jigs.
Yeah, live. I'm a live minnow and bobber kind of guy. It's hard to beat live bait. Maybe it's the old cat fisherman in me. I want that stuff live and fresh.
I think there's a place for both. I fish a lot of docks. I like shooting docks. So when I'm shooting docks, obviously you can't do that with a live minnow.
Yeah,
unless you're really talented. Hard to keep a minnow on.
Don Knight says we're flooded out again at Southwest Ohio. Yeah, I know that we've got a ton of rain. I've been watching the Ohio River. I actually thought about going to the river yesterday instead of the lake, and it's coming up like a rocket. So I'm like, those fish ain't going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Those fish ain't going to be real hungry for me. I was ready to go bumping bad, because Zach and our buddy Mark Mitchell went out on Sunday, and they caught a ton of fish. Now, they didn't catch any big fish. They were all in that 13 to 19 pound range, but they caught like 15 of them or 19 of them. So it was, I was like, hey, I'll go catch teeners. I'm not happy with that.
Yeah.
Rowdy Royal, welcome in.
As long as I don't catch numbers.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get started with our guest tonight. That's not the right one. Let's try this.
Hit the right button.
I'm trying. Guys, if you don't mind, for folks that don't know who you are, what you're about, if you could maybe introduce yourself, where you're from, and then kind of tell us about what brought this event on and what it's all about, if you wouldn't mind.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm Bink Fox, and we're from MacArthur, Ohio. We, back in, most of you all know that I had colorectal cancer back in 2016, and Doc and Lynn had put on a tournament to help us pay some hospital bills, and it worked out good. We had enough money to pay our first few $1,000s. I can't even, I'm not even sure what it's called now. But then after a few years and I got feeling better, I kept telling Janet, so many people's helped us, I'm going to find something to kind of pay it forward. And not only did Doc help us, but everybody in the fishing world and other worlds helped us. I mean, they even had a tournament down in Alabama for us to help us out too. So that was really good of the people. And then I used to race dirt bikes in the day years ago, and those guys still come out of the woodwork and helped us and helped us pay some of the hospital bills off. So we wanted to pay some of it back. And there was a local cancer research group here in our county. And once I got feeling good, I mentioned it to Janet, and she said, well, let's go check it out. So we did. And after that, they were struggling on what we do. We give gas cards for the cancer patients in our county when they go to doctors and doctor visits and stuff. So they were struggling really bad on doing the gas card program. So somebody in the group mentioned about a fishing tournament, and I'll just be honest. At first, we were a little hesitant on it, and I said, "Well, let's try it." So, with the group's help, we've really this is our third year, and
This is our
fourth year.
This is our fourth year.
And it usually brings in anywhere between $8,000 to $12,000 for our county.
Oh,
So
awesome,
we really
man.
appreciate it, and that's kind of how it got started. And one thing I said when we first started it, this ain't going to be a normal fishing tournament. This is going to be a fun fishing tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So Janet came up with some games, and we do other things. I mean, we even have a pie auction. We
Raffles,
and the way we make our money is through the raffles. We don't make a lot on the entry fee. We want people to keep their entry fee or their money when they win too. And our payouts, first place is over $3,000. So we have a great payout, and it's $100 to get in. And everybody seems to have a great time. Sometimes in the afternoon, if everybody's got fish, it gets a little congested for a little bit. But other than that, we have a really great time down there, just playing the games and just having fun.
I'm telling everybody in here right now, if you've never been to one of Bink and Janet's tournaments or their weigh-in is the funnest weigh-in you will ever go to. You never know what she's going to say. She'd be like, somebody bring me a red hook. And everybody scrambles and tries to find a red hook, and bring one.
That's awesome.
First person back to her with whatever she asked for at the, got a prize for them. And it's just a lot of fun. Exactly like Bink said, it was all for fun. It wasn't, all serious, hardcore stuff. We were just there to have a good time. And, there is money to be won. I mean, it does help, if you pay some of your gas and stuff back and all that. But I was at the very first event, and you would have never thought that this was their very first event. They had volunteers, people that don't even know what catfish look like. They had people volunteer and help guide traffic, guide, just people where to go, how to park, where to go next. And it was so well organized and thought out. There's no way you would have thought that was their first event. I was blown away. It was really well done. That's some great
awesome.
volunteers.
I appreciate that because we put a lot of time and effort into it. I started December 1st of last year and still doing stuff at this point, getting ready.
A lot of prep time.
We've got 182 anglers that will be fishing with us this year.
Woo-wee.
It's awesome.
So I know I seen your post there about, looking for how many women anglers on the boat, how many veterans on the boat and stuff like that, and kids on the boat. So I imagine there's going to be some fun stuff coming along with those lines as well.
Yep, because we always pay out the highest placing female, the highest placing child 16 and under, and the veteran always gets something. And this year we're going to do a little bit something different for all the veterans to have a chance to win something, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing, and we are very appreciative of them.
Amen. Absolutely. I'm right behind you on that one. 100%.
We've got new sponsors this year. We're still always looking for sponsors. It can be product, it can be donation, and I'll go buy stuff, because we try to give out a lot of door prizes, and we do a lot of raffles. We got a lot of raffle stuff going on this year. A lot of games. Yeah,
it's always a lot to look at, a lot to get in on. The raffles, you just never know what you're going to find. There's baskets of for every niche and genre out there. There's a basket for everyone.
And we encourage the public to come. It's just not for the fishermen. The families can come, people off the street. Because any of that stuff, even the games that we play, I do some stuff that you got to be in the boat to find the stuff. But there's stuff that I do around there that anybody can participate in. We don't care if you're fishing or if you're a spectator. we love to see everybody coming, the kids especially. We've got some kids that look forward to finding my who knows what I've hid.
Yes. Yeah, I remember those. And we've done anything but a fish.
We're doing that again.
Now, what is that?
Yeah,
you gotta explain that one to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is, my daughter-in-law and son have donated $100 to anything but a fish. And we have had people bring in trees. We've had crocs. We've had a little bit of anchors.
This is something that they found out on the river that day, or maybe something they hooked into or pulled in, and that's anything but a fish.
Anything but a fish.
If you catch something,
and basically the crowd votes on it, so they bring up and they hold up whatever they found, and the crowd kind of cheers for whatever.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it's decided.
And then we're talking about the veterans too. We got Senator Mark Johnson and Kelly Johnson. As far as I know, they will be attending, and they have donated $100 to the highest placing veteran that's fishing that day.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Nice. And
yeah, Bugman, it's not this isn't a veterans event, but they do have a category for veterans, and they support. They support the veterans as well.
Yeah, we like
cancer patient benefit tournament.
Cancer benefit, tournament. So they said the money goes towards gas cards, and I'll kind of explain a little bit further. The county they're in is a very rural county, and hey, there is a dock at the top of the dam right now. Oh boy,
that doesn't sound good.
Getting interesting down here on the Ohio. Very rural area, so any patients there in the county have to travel quite a distance to get to any cancer doctors. And so that's what these gas cards go towards. A lot of these folks in these areas, don't have a lot of money, and they're having to spend a lot of their money that they do have traveling to get good care. And so these are gas cards are going to these folks to help them get the care they need because they can't get it close to home.
That's right, Roger. You hit it perfect. We also we do have a new program where we're starting to give grocery cards also.
Okay.
It's not much, $25 a month, but when you got cancer and you're really struggling, that does help out.
Yeah.
Everything helps.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody in here can say they couldn't use an extra $25 today.
Exactly.
The cost of everything just continues to grow, and it doesn't, except for our income. Our means don't seem to be growing as fast as our debt does. So, any money anywhere helps people out more than you think.
Yes, in our county, we really do. I'm not sure that we even have a doctor in our county. It's really rural and poor. And that's one reason why we do so much to just give back.
There you go. Michael Grumpy Best says, there you go. Any little bit is one straw off of their back. Yeah, that's a great, man. That's a really good way to say that. I like the way that's worded.
It hurts my heart that we can't give more. All of us, and the group wants to give more, but we can't give more. But there's so many sick people around us that it seems like every day there's someone else, and it's just not our area, it's every area. And we've got Kristen Racer and Wade Racer, they fish with us, and she's really sick with cancer again. And then Jenny Souders, Chris's wife, has fought cancer for years.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many in the fishing community alone that has cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah. It's a terrible thing to have to go through. And I know that Bink, in the past, you've talked about your scare with it, and then telling folks to get the checkup, get checked out, and don't wait till it's too late.
Yeah, it's curable if you don't wait. In my case, at that time, which has been, believe it or not, it's been 8 years ago.
Wow.
I was 47 years old when I was diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal. So it pays. If I would have waited till I was 50, I wouldn't be here, according to the doctors.
Wow.
Right. What?
And he didn't have many signs, just minimal, really. And hi.
Hey, girl.
I showed him the picture.
I love your crappie.
The big crappie you was helping clean yesterday.
That was a beautiful crappie.
She cleaned all the crappie yesterday. Well, I filleted them and she de-ribbed every one of them. So she did a fantastic job.
Bye.
Good job.
Hi and bye.
Bye.
Sure you go.
Yeah, she's gone. She was next door playing with the neighbors. She just walked back in the house.
So, but one other thing, a lot of people don't know, but our tournament is the biggest catfish tournament in the state of Ohio.
Oh, wow.
And I was told
Pretty
it's the same as for West Virginia and Kentucky. Now, we don't know that to be true, but we know we are the biggest one in the state of Ohio.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yep.
It's 85 boats is a lot for a tournament.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to get them parked and in and out, too.
Well, there's 85 spots at Galpush Boat Ramp. And Roger, you know yourself that boat ramp's very small. And we're tight in there. So, in afternoons, it does get congested for a little bit. But we're working on ways to improve that each year.
It only takes one person to jack up the whole thing.
Yes, that's all it takes. That bottlenecks it up and nowhere to go.
Ramp off for your tournament? I mean, is it reserved for you? The parking?
Yes, we have to have a permit to do it. So that ramp, no one else is supposed to be allowed to utilize it. Now we've had a couple last year. The bass guys thought they was coming in and they was fibbing, and we sent them packing. So it wasn't happening.
No ditch tricklers today.
Not at that boat ramp. There are other boat ramps in the area, but none that accommodate that many people. And that's how they come up with the 85, because that's all the spots they got. That's
right.
If they had 86, it'd be an 86 boat tournament. I guarantee it.
There you go.
Well, it'd be 89 right now because I had 3 more people want in, and it's too late.
You put them on standby.
There's no standby. I mean, unless somebody cancels prematurely. Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Yep. So if you snooze, you lose in this one. So
I know they're well, at least a couple of years ago. It's been since I've been in the event, but guys showed up the day of the event, thought they could fish it. Never paid or never put their name on the list or nothing, and we were full. And they said, "Sorry, we can't add you. There's no reserved spot for you to park. There's nowhere for you to be."
No, and that just kills me. I hate to turn away anybody, especially if they want to catfish. I'm all about it. But
yeah,
well, it's awesome that many people is willing to participate in the benefit tournament.
Oh, it's awesome. Just seeing everybody's boats lined up down the bank as everybody stages up and gets ready. It's just so cool to see. And for me, it's like a big family reunion. I know,
it is.
And I've talked to so many of these folks in the community that you'll walk down through there and you'll run into Bink and Janet, and you'll run into Kevin with Monster Cat Catfishing, and Chris Souders, and Dustin and Tabitha. We had I know we had a couple more coming up from the south this year. I know
we got Anthony Brown joining us this year.
Yep, Anthony Brown's going to be fishing it. We've had Doc Lane there in the past.
I was going to say, I do believe Doc's will be there with us. He's not fishing this year.
Okay.
But he'll be there to give out their award. That's what he had planned on anyways.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fun event. It's a good event. We're really looking forward to it. That's why we had to. So you got to realize that we're turning down a weekend camping trip in Tennessee with all of our YouTube community friends, including Bobcat, because you guys' event means that much to us. That we
appreciate it.
We missed a couple, and we was like, man, we can't just keep missing it. We're just going to have to alternate years now, because unless I can get you guys a hit different weekend.
How do you feel about that, Janet?
What's that?
So how do you feel about that, Janet? Lyle said closet Cardinals fans.
Lyle, don't you start with me. I can't see the comments. You just get away, Lyle. I don't want to hear you. That's an ongoing feud with us. I've known Lyle for many years. He's a big Cardinals fan, and
we're Reds fans.
There you go, Jeremy.
Lyle and Janet used to bet every now and then on the Reds and the Cardinals.
It's real. We're just glad to see.
He got to meet y'all.
I was gonna say, you guys got some tickets or something up for grabs in this event, don't you?
Oh, Reds tickets.
We got Cincinnati Reds tickets. Lyle, would you like to join in on that? That's a good one.
There's a
yeah,
jab.
we did actually. We have we're gonna raffle them off. We have got. We'll do the big fish like we always do. The highest placing veteran, highest placing female, and that's gonna be the Lynn Lang Award.
Yeah,
we're doing a skunk award, which is going to be sponsored by CMT Builders, which owner is John Renner. And
wait, you can win money by skunking?
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, it's amazing what we do, isn't it, Roger?
Yeah. Well, and I love that award. And it's kind of like the Sea Arc that if you don't weigh in, if you don't go through the weigh-in line, you don't think you're in contending for the money, and you don't weigh in, your name goes in the drawing for $1,000. So that prevents your weigh-in line being forever long and these fish being stuck in the live wells for a long period of time. When, if you don't think you're in the money, you're better off just letting your fish go, take your pictures, and then get in the drawing for the skunk award, because at least then you have a chance of winning something.
Well, unless the weather changes, which we all know it will, it's going to be 80 degrees. So if I only had a light way to fish, I'd be taking them things back and taking my chance for $150.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then we're doing the first picture with the first catfish. That's going to be $150, sponsored by CMT Builders.
Explain that one.
There we go.
And do you remember that one, Roger?
I was reading the comment. I missed what you said. I apologize. I was reading Bill Hopper's in here, War Pig.
Oh, he didn't get in this year. We'll miss him and Jen. We're going to do the first one that texts me a picture of the catfish, and we have towels again this year. They'll win $150.
The first person to catch a catfish and send a picture to you.
Yep, with the towel.
Oh, with the towel. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure we get the towels when we come in.
Yes, because if you don't get the towel, and you send me a picture without it, you're out.
I gotta get me an orange.
You'll get them when you register in the morning.
Just ask the girls whenever you come up through there. This year, we're going to do a first picture with a turtle or a gar, and the towel will win something.
Oh boy!
Oh, it's going to be fun. And then we have had a lot of donations. American Legion down here in Tommy Long had a lot to do with this. They donated money to the group, and a gentleman that neither one of us know, but Todd Anderson takes out at the Bay tournament for the veteran, is Larry Glasgow. He donated money to us, and he has never met us and sent money to Todd to give to us.
That is awesome.
And we've had the Farm Bureau down here has donated money. I've got people out of Columbus that's donated money. Monster Rod Holders, we just got them today. He always is a big supporter. B&M Rods is coming on board like always. We've got a lot of nice stuff going on. And if anybody needs to buy anything that's on the last limb of this trip, stop in at Mike's Bait Shop in Wellston, and he will make sure I get it. You can buy it, leave it there, or you can buy it and bring it to me the day of the tournament.
There you go.
Plus, we're going to have bait for sale the morning of the tournament.
That's right.
Tim Mulvihill will be selling bait.
I've got to have that in, though, I think on Thursday of next week.
Yep. So if you're wanting bait for this event, you've got to let them know, because he's only going to bring what he's got sold.
What's been ordered, so. And you can order it, then you'll pay him the day of the tournament.
There you
go. We've had his aunt and uncle's donated money. Ryan Lawrence has donated product. Dirty South Dragon weights. George Young was a big hitter this year. He sent a lot of stuff home with me.
Awesome.
Ryan Bortz, Scott and Ann Claypool just joined the Vinton County Cancer Group, and they have donated a lot of nice stuff to give out as door prizes. Local restaurants have donated. This year, something new, my daughter-in-law and son are serving all the anglers lunch free of charge.
Nice.
So then you'll get a hot dog, a bag of chips, and a drink. You just hand the ticket to them, and that's your lunch for free.
When you come back in for weigh-in?
Yep, I think they'll be set up around 2:00. So anytime between 2 and the time we end.
Okay. Yeah, fishing times from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., I think, right?
Correct. And you have to be back in by 3:30. And this is very, very important. That chip has to be in that bucket by 3:30. Because once whoever leaves that dock with that bucket, you're not weighing in. And that is a very important thing. And last year, there's a lot of them that didn't do it. Some thought they did do it. That chip has got to be in that bucket. No ands, ifs, or buts about it.
There you go. So I know, man, I think it was this event. Matter of fact, it was this event. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. I got them mixed up. It was Kevin's event because we came to Kevin's stage. Me and Zach got into a pile of fish the last 15 minutes of the tournament. We had 5 rods go down at once. And we were holding up fish and measuring them. And this one needs to stay and get rid of that one. And by the time it was all said and done, we threw back one too many fish, and we came to the weigh-in with what we thought was going to be in the money. And we opened up the live well, and there's only 2 fish in there.
Oh, I remember that.
Instead of 3.
One too many back.
We threw one too many back because of the pandemonium and the chaos. It was, it was Kevin Walters' big was the Ohio Catfish Challenge or something. Monster Ohio Catfishing Challenge.
Well, I actually have the shirt on. Yeah, Ohio River Monster Cat Challenge.
Yeah, you are wearing a shirt.
And then too, Kevin's another big supporter of us, and he's going to set up the day of the tournament. So he'll be there early in the morning, set up. So if you guys need anything, he's going to be there. And then he's donated stuff to us. He's done that every year since we started doing it. You guys got between Kevin and then Mike's bait and tackle. Mike's bait and tackle is fantastic. He's always been good to me, and I hear nothing but good stuff out of everybody around that area because of him. And actually, Mike's bait shop got Hometown Hero today. WSAZ News was there and awarded him the Hometown Hero. No kidding. Nice. Yeah, I just seen it on Facebook today. I'll have to send him a message. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I seen some comments popping up here in chat. You know, people really liking this event, what you guys are doing. Michael Grumpy Vet says, makes me wish I lived closer to Ohio. It's about the only thing really worth being in Ohio for. If I had my way, I was moving south. I'm going down there around Bobcat or a little bit farther south.
We're closed. We ain't taking no more.
Not taking anybody
There's
else.
Only so many spots at the dam for bumping, Roger.
And this year, this tournament, we have a lot of new anglers that I don't know myself. Right. So I'm anxious to meet them. So Roger, you'll have fun with this. So there's going to be a lot of different ones this year. DNA is going to be there. What time should we be at the ramp? Are you talking about coming in or launching in the morning? I'm telling you now, you want to get there early. We're not going to let anybody in until 5:30. We'll get staged, and then we'll start letting you guys drop in, and they'll do the live well check. Then you guys can start going in, backing in, and parking. But we'll have somebody there to help park, and of course, I'll be standing there greeting everybody and telling them what to do. Yeah, it's going to be the cars that come in and try to park in the boats parking spots. It messes everything up. Yeah, and last year we had a lot of the drunks that was left over, and a few hours after they come and got their car, they're like, "What's going on?"
Y'all carpool.
So.
Carpool.
Yeah.
So one thing we are going to do different this year, one thing we really don't like, but we haven't found a good way of fixing it besides the afternoon congestion, is the blast off. So this year, Larry King came up with an idea, and I thought about it along with the rest of us, and we decided we're going to adopt it, at least for this year. And it's going to be color coded, and I'll let Janet explain kind of how we're going to do it, but it should eliminate some of everybody kind of going off. We're going to slow down when we do the numbers also. So go ahead, Janet, tell them what we're going to plan on doing.
We're going to do it's going to be mini blast offs. We're going to do 10 boats at a time.
Okay.
And when you come in, when you register in the morning, you'll have a boat number card, and there's going to be 9 different colors. And whichever color you are, when we get ready to let you guys go, we're going to hold up a sign, and it'll have either the purple card, however the category goes. If you're purple, right, that's the card when you go. And we'll still be calling the numbers well. But Larry said it's really hard to hear us out there. We don't have a good PA system. I got a big mouth, but it ain't big enough. And so that's the easiest way. And we're going to let you go in waves of 10. And then we'll figure out coming back in. We don't have the coming back in exactly how we're going to do that. And I said 3:30, but we'll have to adjust that a little bit. But that'll give some of the new guys, we tell them to pull to the side if they're uncomfortable going. And then, I mean, it should alleviate a lot of the havoc for most part. I hope so.
That's in the morning, right?
In the morning.
The blast offs and flights like that, we just did that at the Sea Arc tournament, and they had 156 boats, I think. And they blast off in flights of 10. And they're alphabetical, flight A, flight B, C, and so it went really, really smooth. It seemed like they had a little bit more of a pause between the flights than what they had in the years past, because we ran downriver, clear down to the Elk River from Decatur, and that's a pretty decent run, and it was way smoother than we had ever experienced before. And I think they put just maybe a 30-second pause between flights. And that kind of gave those guys 30-second head start, and then 30 seconds. I mean, when you're talking about 85 boats, that's what, 4 minutes total?
Yeah. So it's not going to be, but that way, because it is chaotic, especially if you've never fished our tournament, and to be in the mix of all of these boats, and it's a lot. And if you can't hear us calling numbers, that makes it even worse. And so we got to do something to help you guys get out.
So what are you using for?
I like the color idea.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you using for the colors? Because I was thinking a big poster board, spray painted or whatever.
Yeah, we'll have an 18 by 24 sheet, and each side will have a different color. So you guys just watch for your color. Like if your boat 1 through 10 and you're purple, we'll hold up the purple and color 1 through 10 and let you guys go. And then we'll just keep doing. We got nine flights is what it'll be.
I like it. I think it's needed. So especially it's very enticing. It's a fun tournament. It's a lot less pressure than some of the bigger tournaments, although the payouts are just as good as some of the major tournaments that I've been to in Ohio. So, but it really has a draw for newbies, for folks that just want to do a fun tournament. But what we don't want to do is scare them with a blast off that's like, holy crap, I'm never doing this again.
Right.
So I really like the idea of because I remember before you guys just went, number 1, and you waited like 10 seconds, and number 2. At the end of the day, by the time you added those 10 seconds to each number, you actually probably have less time start to finish than doing 30 seconds between flights, in my opinion.
Right.
Because 10 seconds times 85 boats, you know what I mean? So
yeah. So when when people suggest things and it seems like it'll fit for us, we definitely we listen to anything that makes it better and safer.
Well, you guys have enough tournament experience under your belts to kind of have picked up the good and the bad and the ugly from tournaments you've been to, as far as what works well and what doesn't work well. That's a big rubber duck. Did you get that out of the tub?
I did.
Is that Binks?
So you know what that means.
Uh-huh.
So someone finds this big duck. He's a big one. They got to bring him back to me. So I want to win something.
Yeah. Last year, I'll tell you a little funny story. I'll tell you a little funny story what happened last year real quick. I don't know if it was this duck.
No, it was half the size of this duck.
But we had a duck hid at the boat ramp, and nobody seen that thing.
All day long. Anybody could have found this. Anybody.
It was right out in open view. And just happened, Chris Brinker and his wife Becky was loading the boat, and she seen it from the boat, and she was like really gritting her teeth, wanting him to hurry up, and he couldn't hear her, and he was taking his time.
She's like, I wanted to kill him so bad because she seen the duck. Now, mind you, that duck only paid her $25.
Right. But you don't know that.
She wanted that duck.
Yeah.
No, you don't know. Because one year I paid $100 for skipjack. And then they went through it back in the lake. Or the river. I like to have a heart attack. Yeah, so we got floats will be hidden, and we got flags, and we will have a duck hunt, a plastic duck hunt.
Yeah, don't say somebody come in with a dead duck and the fence.
That's all I need.
Of course, we're having my raffle that I usually put in some high quality product and anywhere between $600 and $1,000 worth of stuff. We'll have it, and we're going to raffle some rods and reels and
the Reds tickets. We've got the ladies will like it, and Jackie will appreciate this one. There's going to be a Cincy basket, and the last time I heard there was over $100 worth of stuff in it, and included gift certificates.
There you go. We were just at Lowe's earlier picking up stuff, and we separated, and I was looking for PVC. I was actually putting a bait tank together from old Buckeye. Was in here, I think, earlier, but picking up some PVC and some other stuff, and I went to find Jackie, and there she was with all the scents and air fresh. I need something for my office at work.
Well, she'll be excited then.
Yeah. So, yeah,
and
we're looking forward
we'll
to
have breakfast too. The Log Pile Church will be there with breakfast again, and they will also be there for lunch. Even though you get free lunch, one hot dog may not fill you guys up, or you might want something else to drink, but they'll be there as well.
Yeah. Well, the weigh-in gets, by the time we get everybody through the weigh-in and having some fun in between, the weigh-in could take a while. So, from the time you come back in to the time you're done. You
don't realize how long it does take until you're the one in that line waiting.
Yeah.
And we try to hurry it, and it just doesn't. You can't hurry it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants wants to show off their catch, and wants to get their weights right and all that kind of stuff. And you can't rush through that part.
No, we don't want no mistakes on that. That's a big thing. And which actually we do. We have someone running the computer doing weights, and then we have paper, someone writing it out on paper. So we've got backup both ways.
Did you guys? I didn't read through all the rules. I just figured they're pretty much the same as they have been. Did you guys have anything for checking live wells as far as an adequate live well? What you need? Oh, she wants to say hi.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Don't forget the plug.
We're not like super critical over it. We will weigh the fish through the day, but everybody has to have a live well of some sort with good aeration.
Right. Yeah. I know that.
Got to keep them fish alive.
Yeah. I know that, for conservation purposes and, fish first, for our events, a lot of people or a lot of tournament directors have been really setting the bar, setting the expectation as far as, don't come in with a 55 quart cooler and think you're going to keep a 50-pound fish alive in that thing. It's just, you're going to kill a fish.
One thing, we do allow you to weigh your fish early, but common sense is the biggest thing.
Well, common sense isn't that common anymore.
That's a valid point.
But we do check live wells in the morning, and
gotcha.
Dale, the guy that checks them, if there's one that's questionable, he's going to let me know, and then we can talk about it then.
But we do have the scales open all day. They just need to call us ahead of time in case we've wandered from area, but we can't have them open all day.
There you go.
I think that's last year's.
Yep. Feed them, let them go. If you weigh them.
Yeah, and no fish are allowed to be kept, so they have to be let loose at the. We got actually 2 kids that's overly excited that likes to take the fish to the river, so that's their job. Yeah, nice. They love it. I don't know why it's as hot as it is, but I think because they wade in the water and they play in the water. I think. And
they get to play around. They get to handle fish. They get slimy. They get wet. I mean, if I was a kid again, well, hell, it sounds fun to me now.
Yeah, right. It does.
Yeah, handle
get
fish.
Catfish kisses.
Catfish kisses. Yeah.
You got some last night.
You get to be up there front and center with everybody brings their fish in. You get to know all the details. Like, man, was you fishing shallow? Were they deep? Was you dragging? Was you drifting? Did you get a bump? So.
Yep.
Some folks.
What was the winning bag last year?
There you go. Great question.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't remember. Look,
She's going to look, but I think it was. Most years is over 100 pounds for 4 fish limit. I'm not sure about last year. The very first year we had it in April, and the weights was real low. But most of the time, it's over 100 pounds. She's going to look real fast.
All your other rules and regulations are pretty much state rules and regulations. It has a. Do you guys have a rod limit? Is it 6 rod limit or is it state limitations?
No, it is a 6 rod limit.
Okay, I thought so.
But you're allowed to have how many rods you want in a boat, but you're only allowed to use 6 rods.
I got you.
Let me see here. We allow up to 3 anglers. Yeah, we do encourage everybody, even if they don't catch a fish, to check in when the tournament's over, so we're not out looking for them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
let somebody know where you're at,
or maybe make announcements or something that if they decide they're not going to come back for weigh-in, maybe they decide they're just going to stay out and fish, that they need to contact you guys so that we know that they're safe and accounted for. That's
right. And then, the dam, which is really only one dam, which is the Racine, we get a lot of questions on fishing that. The buoys probably won't be out, but if the buoys are out, you go by the buoys. If not, it's the lock wall straight across, and that kind of hurts some fishermen because they want to be up above that a little ways. But that's just the black and white where we don't have no questions asked. We know exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, like the restricted zone, it's clear as a bell. It goes from the wall, all the way over to the bank. If you look on your map, it tells you what's restricted. Depending on how high the water is, you can see the buoys.
Well, that's right. But if you run into that, the thing is, some people take the route off their GPS, or if you got somebody watching, it's hard to tell your eyes plays tricks on you when you're at them dams. You think you're closer than what you are, and that kind of stuff too.
Oh yeah. We've had that too. We like to sit on the line at Greenup, and guys will be like, "Man, you guys are up there awfully close." And like, it's a diagonal line. It's not straight across. It's diagonal. It's like if you're on the Ohio side, you can get up there pretty far, but as you get closer to the Kentucky side, it's clear out to the end of the lock wall. You can't go past the end of that thing. But,
that's right.
We've had that discussion too. We got the game wardens that sit up in the parking lot and call us and be like, "Hey, you guys doing any good? I see you guys out there." We're like,
"Wow,
we're good."
We're doing good.
Yeah. I figure they'll show up down there this year. We haven't invited the DNR, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably be somewhere around.
We do have one of my good friends. His name is Ryan. He's a biologist or fish hatchery guy down there. So that actually a fish hatchery is just on the West Virginia side down by the Robert C. Byrd Dam. So he likes to come up and see, he calls them his pets because he's the one that releases them blues in the river. So he wants to look at them.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
No,
when you were just this big.
That's right.
Now you're like this.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, you're doing so good.
No, that's good. I love seeing I love to see the enforcement officers out there as well as the wildlife biologists and stuff. Just people seeing that they are out there and keep people in line, do the right thing, and then two, for the conservation side, that they're doing research and studies. So,
yep.
Yes.
I know when I fish down around Gallipolis, I fished all at West Virginia water. I don't know how many times I've seen West Virginia wildlife officers out there on the water. They are always doing something.
That's right. They do. They work hard at it.
Yeah, and it's showing. We got results, and people know that they can't screw around over there because those guys are on the water all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome to have that kind of presence.
Yeah. We got Ohio on the water. Some, I won't say it's enough, but they have also got a lot of eggs in one basket they got to take care of. But I've never seen Kentucky on the water ever, and I fish quite a bit. Have you ever seen Kentucky on the water?
No, down there where you fish at, I do see Ohio once in a while, but never Kentucky.
Yeah, I've never seen Kentucky.
But that reminds me, Larry King and Doug Queen's given an award for the biggest tagged fish to be brought in. Tagged catfish.
Oh, wow.
$200 is what they're giving.
$200. I've caught some tagged fish down there. I've actually caught two in one day. What is it?
Yep. So that was a nice thing. They started that last year. I tell you, Larry King and Doug, they are some of the biggest supporters that we have of this tournament. And Larry does not miss a beat. If there's something I've forgot or need to do, or he thinks an idea, he's the first one to let me know. And he's very nice about it. He's never on my back, or he's got my back. 100% he's got my back.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And then we are doing the pie auction again this year. If everybody brings, like they said, I've got a dozen homemade pies that we'll auction off.
Bobcat, you ain't ever seen people fight over pie after a long day of fishing like they will at this tournament. I'm telling you, these guys are throwing $100 bills. They're throwing $100 bills at apple pies, man. I'm telling you, or more.
Man.
I think last year one of them paid $150.
$150 for a pie.
And this year we're going to have forks. Sometimes they just start eating it with their hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, and they share. They'll pay $150 for a pie and then share it with you.
Wrong way. Put your face in it.
Bugman says, Bugman was having apple pie for breakfast. That was yesterday morning. He's having apple pie for breakfast. Now, the tag fish, does it have to be Ohio or West Virginia? Because I've caught both. and just say tagged?
Well,
I think as long as it's tagged.
Yeah, Larry didn't specify or not. I really wasn't thinking about
Well,
it.
you can't really tell anyways unless you really look. As long as it's a tagged fish.
Yeah.
Catfish.
Well, when you go to record the information, they'll tell you whether it's a West Virginia tag or Ohio tag. It tells you where to send it.
Yeah, and I don't think he cares. And then if some reason we don't get a tagged catfish, we'll put all the anglers' name in the, either we'll use the tickets that we've got or we'll put it on a wheel, and whoever, if we don't give it away with the catfish, then someone's going to win that $200.
You ever use the Wheel of Names
Yes.
program?
Either that or we do tickets for the door prizes, and we may just use, because we keep them, so we may just throw them all back in, and if we have to go that route.
There you go. That's probably a faster way to do it. We've caught tagged also. Must be a lot of them. Yeah, I've caught, I think 3 West Virginia tagged, and I caught 1 Ohio tagged. The day I caught 2 in the same day, I caught 1 Ohio and 1 West Virginia tagged fish in the same day. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
What do the tags look like, and where do they tag them at?
They tag them right in the back of the dorsal fin, and it's a little tiny. It's a little tiny.
Like a metal tag or plastic?
It's about like a zip tie type.
The ones I've seen are,
I don't even have to.
So you know, like what a butt connector looks like for wiring?
Yeah.
Small round tube. It looks like the small red one is the ones I've seen, and they got a little wire that sticks out the end of it. And
right.
So that's where the
you got information on the tag itself, or do you have to scan it?
You don't have to scan it. It has a identification number on it.
Nice.
So that identification number then correlates to that fish, and then you record the it's been a while, but I think you record the length, girth, and weight of the fish.
And
almost like an antenna. Yeah, when I saw him, that's what I thought it was, like a little antenna. I was like, is this guy being tracked? That'd be sweet.
Yeah, man. Ooh. Put him back.
They have. I mean, they have done that with blue cats and flatheads to come up with like traveling habits, as far as how far they travel for a season. And it's amazing how far fish will go. They go right through dams like they ain't even there. It's weird.
I'm gonna start feeding mine some Apple AirPods or something and track
put an air tag in it.
The air tag on.
Air tag.
Don't give no ideas.
Wait a minute. That might be because those flatheads, they pretty much go back to the same place you catch them. I mean, you can name them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something. Janet caught one tagged a few years ago, and when we sent the tag in, they released that fish 4 years prior in the exact same spot she caught the flathead in.
Oh wow!
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard it. They can be like flatheads tend to stay in one spot more, and blues tend to wander more.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Yeah, when we was at the CatCon a couple years ago, one of the DNR guys said that a tagged fish was going back and forth between the dams. It would go back and forth. And do you remember how many times he told us?
It was several.
It was unbelievable. That same fish just kept apparently like that water. So it was pretty neat. And he showed us how
yeah, it is
People
neat.
accuse me catching the same fish at the dam over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
Flatheads could be caught, and then, somebody take them to a weigh-in 35 miles, 40 miles up or down river to go to weigh-in, and then release it. And they can go back the next week, and that fish will swim all the way back to the same log jam you caught him.
That's right.
He will be there over and over again. Matter of fact, a lot of good flathead anglers, they'll name the flatheads. Let's go see if John's home today. Nope. What about Bev? Is Bev home? And they'll straight up tell you that there's this size fish lives in this hole.
Yep.
Any of the cancer patients or survivors ever fished with our anglers? That would be cool. That would be cool.
We have had that happen in the past. And we had 2 years in a row, we had two cancer patients in 2 different years. We've had that happen. And this year we didn't have anybody ask to go because usually we'll let them get on the boat with whoever, and nobody asked this year.
Huh.
But I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. What was I can't think of his name, but one of the local guys out here had cancer, and he took him out, and now the guy's passed away. But the guy said that was one of the best times he'd ever had fishing.
That's awesome. That's like the Sandusky Bay tournaments, the Disabled Veterans Outdoors, which we're going to try to get those guys on here soon too. It looks like they're still looking for some more boaters. I think they ended up with like over 60 veterans this year, and we're only at 40 some boats. So I think we're going to try to push and get these. Make sure everybody has a boat. Huh?
We're signed up for it. We always like going up there. And that's a fun time too.
Yeah, that is a fantastic event. You take those guys out, the girls. We've actually had the same lady for the last 2 years, and we told her she's not going fishing with us this year. She's just not allowed because the first year we took her out, we caught 47 fish, and she hadn't fished in 22 years, and she was like, dude, she was on cloud 9, man. She wanted us to go live. We went live. She's like, oh, let's just do it. Let's have some fun. She was a hoot to have on the boat, caught 47 fish. When we pulled in last year, she was standing there with her arms waving. That's my boat. That's my boat. And I was like, oh gosh, here she comes. She said, I'm going with you guys. I said, well, that's fine. I said, why is that? She said, we got to beat 47. I said, that's a pretty tall order. I said, I can't guarantee we can beat 47 fish in 5 hours. And she said, oh, we can do it. We can do it. And we took her out, and we caught 63 fish.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
You're in trouble this year, buddy.
Yeah, when we got back in, I said, that's it. We ain't beating 63. I'm not even putting that kind of pressure on myself. I said, we got to take somebody else.
That's a tall order.
Yeah, she was going to the tables and bragging about it, and they thought she was lying. So she brought the whole table over to us and was like, tell them how many fish we caught. Of course, I could tell right away that what they were up to. I was like, we caught 6. 6. Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely love that event. It's a lot of fun, and I feel guilty because I feel like I get more out of it just taking somebody out and having a great day of fishing with them than they actually get out of it. I think I enjoy it more than them, and I don't even reel in a fish.
Yeah.
Well, the guy we took out last year, we got him in the boat, and we got out, and we caught, because there's allowed to keep 5 fish or whatever it was, and we caught them 5 fish like in 15 minutes. He's like, do I go back in now? And I was like, do you want to? Well, no, but I thought since we caught limit, I had to go. And I said, no, you get to stay the whole day. And he was so excited.
Yeah, that's great.
He was a hoot to have too.
Yeah. So, and he's kind of fishing. He wanted to fish with us this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Kristen V is up there. They, I think last year was their first year there, and they absolutely loved it. It's well ran. They do a lot of raffles, a lot of giveaways for the veterans and the captains. They feed you after the event. They give you a sack lunch to take with you out during the day to take out with you. They have all kinds of donations of food and stuff. So it's a really good event, and you just about can't go to Sandusky Bay and have a good time. I don't care when you're going or what's going on. You'll have fun. You might not catch a million fish in a day, but you're going to catch some fish, and you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the bay. That's always a good time.
Oh, yeah. Let me, oops.
One
I
thing I
just
do
realized.
want to mention,
Go ahead.
that Ty Moore was the fellow that he called us up a few years ago and said, is there a cancer patient in your county? I want to take him out. And we hooked him up with one. And that guy just had the bestest time. And unfortunately, he's not with us now, but that's really sticks in my mind how good of a person Ty was by volunteering to take him out.
And we had never met him. We didn't know him. And it meant a lot for them to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's a lot of great people in this community, and you guys are at the very top of it. And that's why you have so much support from the very deep South all the way to Sandusky Bay and everywhere in between, is because you guys are fantastic people. You got hearts of gold, and I think everyone that you meet falls in love with you. And I'm proud to know you and be a friend, and I'll follow you guys and support you as long as I can.
Well, we appreciate that. That means a lot to us.
There's a lot of good people in this community, and it's not just catfishing. You know, there's a lot of brotherhood that goes on. Yep. And I met a lot.
Well, that's what I told the people that are a group. They don't understand. I said, I can promise you at that tournament, pass around a hat and say, give me $1. And there's not one of you. And so if you gave me one, you gave me 50. Nobody ever questions what I want. They just give. Nobody questions it. And they can't get over how people do that. And I'm like, that's just how we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
and there's a lot of us.
One of the things that people worry about when they donate to anybody for anything is what are they really going to do with it? You know, I mean, what's it really going for? And everyone knows without a shadow of a doubt that you guys take, there you go, buddy, Catfish family. You guys, without a shadow of a doubt, put every penny back towards helping others and doing the right thing. And so your integrity, it makes it so easy to give and donate to, because everyone that does knows that it's going somewhere good. Their money's going somewhere good. So,
yes, because we don't take no money from this. The group doesn't take any money. Everything goes right back in. And that was the whole goal and mindset of all this. And if we do keep doing it, that's exactly what it'll be. Because we've been too fortunate. I am the blessed one to have this one sitting beside me, because it very well could have been me having a sad story. But I was lucky. He made it, and that's the reason we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, guys,
I didn't realize we would back.
Go ahead, brother. What's that?
I said, and it's so awesome that y'all are giving back, because you've been blessed. After losing my mom to cancer 2 years ago, I understand and appreciate this tournament you're putting on immensely.
Absolutely.
So, thank you. Even though I won't be participating in it, thank you.
You would be if you was close, I bet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I didn't realize we hit an hour already. I'm going to let Bobcat pray us out here in a minute. I did drop the link for Hog Legs show, the Boar's Nest, which they will have Daryl. So we were talking about the gathering down in Tennessee. Hop on over to there. Tonight's show, they're going to talk about the gathering down in Tennessee. It was actually going to have Daryl kind of come on and follow us tonight, but he's on that show. So he's going to be talking all about the gathering and everything coming up down there. But Bink and Janet, thank you so much for taking time. Can't wait to come down and fish the event with you guys. And Bobcat, you got anything else?
No, that's all.
All right.
Dear Heavenly Father, God, we thank you, Lord, for the opportunity together tonight, Lord God, just to have this fellowship with these two fine folks, Lord God. Lord, and I know that you will bless every aspect of this tournament, Lord God, as Janet and Bink go forth and organize it and put all the work and effort into it, God. And I know that they'll be sure that you get all the glory for it, God, and these cancer patients will be blessed, Lord God. And I pray that you bless each and every person in chat tonight, Lord God. whatever need they may have in their lives, Lord, I know that you'll meet them. Lord, we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We're
Thanks,
going to hop
Roger,
on.
for having us.
Hey, no problem. No problem. Loved having you guys. Thanks, Bink and Janet, for what was that? Answering questions. Can't wait to see everyone. That's from DNA. I don't remember who DNA's. I don't remember your real name. If I got you on Facebook, shoot me a message so I don't call you DNA when I see you.
We'll just call you Dana. Put an A in there.
Dana? Yeah, Dana.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I may have even talked to him. I don't know. We might have been chatting for who knows how long, and I didn't realize the two were the same person. That's how it goes sometimes.
Hey, Roger.
That happened.
Yeah.
Roger. Before we get off here, I just want to say one thing. We do the national anthem before a tournament. We do have a prayer, and we will have a Bible that people can sign tickets that we're going to pull out for free.
There you go. Awesome. Love it. All right. Sounds great. All right, guys. We will head on out of here. We'll see you here next Tuesday night. Same cat time, same cat channel. Good night, everybody.
God bless y'all.
Good night.
I almost hit leave instead of end.